Buffy, how do I become more charismatic? Or how do I have better social skills? Now, I'm not a charisma expert or a social skills expert, but I have been studying how to do that. There are multiple books, but the one thing that you can do in order to win the support and friendship of those around you while also inspiring others to become better is training your heart to be a compassionate heart and then verbalize that. So, what do I mean by that? It's a sort of complicated way of saying learn how to give compliments to other people, which sounds kind of boring, but it's also the reason why people like me as well. Like, I'm not a charisma expert. I'm not the most like inspiring person out there. I'm still like the student in social skills. So, I'm just giving you my insights. But the one thing that you can do that will level up your social skills so much while also leveling up your happiness and success in life is to train your heart to be compassionate and loving. There's a very good word for this, loving kindness. In fact, the book that I'm talking about is How to Win Friends and Influence People. And you can summarize the whole thing in two words: humility and compassion or kindness. And so, how do you train your heart to be good? There are three things you can think. Three questions you can always ask yourself every single time you see another person. The first question is, what is one thing that I can admire about this person? Or one thing I can thank them for? So, for example, one thing I can admire about my mom is she's very loving and always there to support. And another thing that I could thank her for is for always cooking my food. And then second question is, what are they interested in? So, what is my mom interested in? She's interested in family, and she's also interested in vlogs, like on YouTube. There's a specific Filipina woman named Mary Lassen, and that's what she's interested in. And then the third question could be, no, sorry, two questions. And once you find the answer to those two questions every single time you meet another person, then verbalize your answers to them. And say it with the mindset that you are not the most important person in this room. That's like that's the single like best mindset I can give you that will also make you more successful in life. So let's play this scenario out. Let's say I meet a stranger on the bus, and he's sitting beside me, and I'm thinking to myself, what is one thing I could admire to them about them? Oh, he is a Rubik's cuber. He's really fast, actually. I counted it, and he solved it in 15 seconds. And then a second thing is, what is he interested in? I look at him, and then obviously he's interested in Rubik's cubes, and he's also probably interested in rock music because he's wearing a T-shirt that's like rock, and maybe he's interested in family because he seems like a really older person, and his wallpaper is about his kids on his phone. So I could be like, "Hey, you're really fast at solving Rubik's cubes. I really admire that about you." And then just one sentence or two, and that's enough for the other person to smile at you and to say, "Oh, thank you. I appreciate that." And then from there, you can spawn a whole conversation. And you could mention something about, you know, Rock music is, my dad really loves rock music actually. He's like a really good guitar player, and he he even knows how to play piano. And then the other person could say, "Oh, yeah, I'm a pianist too." Okay, whoa, really? And then he mentions that he's in a band, and he's like the pianist in the band. He's been like a pianist for 15 years, and that's another thing that I could admire about. Wow, you've piano for 15 years? I've only been like a pianist for 2 years. That's really nice. I admire that about you. Like, the word you could use is admire, and also thank you. And then think about their interests and talk about that. Because really, no one is thinking about you. They're thinking about themselves. Just like how you're thinking of your problems and not the problems of other people. Learn how to be that rare guy, that guy with the good heart that cares for other people and thinks, what is he interested in? Or what is she interested in? And then you can spawn a whole conversation about that. And you can be talking for 10 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours. And both of you, like you and the other person, could leave that conversation thinking to yourself, wow, that was a very pleasant conversation. I'm grateful that that happened. You know, that other person is really nice. You yourself will be thinking that, and the other person that you just talked to will be thinking that about you. And that was only because you answered two questions and you verbalized it to him or her. Think about that. With humility, thinking that you're not the important person, that everyone else is more important. Not necessarily you're being a people pleaser, but humility. You managed to have a really pleasant conversation, and you expanded your mind. You realize that the world is way bigger because there are other people that are really impressive as well. Learn how to be impressed by other people rather than being envious of their achievements. That I used to be just like that. I used to be envious of like so many people, even like one Chinese friend that he's so good. He's like one of my closest friends. I really like him. So the whole point of this video, the one thing that you could do to improve your social skills is to train your heart to be a good heart and then verbalize what's inside your heart. And how do you do that? 2 questions and 1 mindset. What is one thing I could admire about the person, or what is one thing I could thank them for? And 2, what are they interested in? And then verbalize it to them with the mindset of humility, that they are important and that they know things and do things that you cannot do or don't do. Just that one singular thing. Training your heart to be like compassionate and loving through those 2 questions and verbalizing it with that mindset of humility, you can spawn so many amazing conversations while also feeling like you're a good person. And the reason you feel like you're being a good person is because you are being a good person. Being a good person starts in the heart. It starts in how you relate, how you think about other people. Are you thinking good things about the other person? Or do you think you have a superiority complex and that you are the most amazing person because you just had a head start in life, when there are other people that are so unfathomably better than you? Release that kind of thinking from your mind and adopt a heart that has humility, compassion, and love for other people. Even if they're strangers, you should be thinking they must be really good people. I hope that they're doing really well. And verbalize what's inside your heart. As always, take action.